welcome Shin and Tomoko Azumi to the AA. Shin and Tomoko, in a relatively short time, this is almost 7 years, 1995 you started the company. In the last 7 years they've established a very important design company making what they call interior accessories and working also on a range of collaborations with other designers, architects. They have managed to make a really important name for themselves, designing objects that are in many respects light, not just in terms of their weight, but there's a kind of lightness of touch in terms of the quality of many of the things that they have worked on. Their designs are in many important collections like the V&A and Jeffrey Museum and many other places. And as I said, they have also made numerous collaborations. In fact, one of the interesting projects that they worked on was a theater piece for the Edinburgh Festival in 1993. So their range of and the diversity of their work reaches far and wide. Would you please welcome me in joining the Azumis? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Shin Azumi.
I'm Tomoko Azumi. Good evening.
Good evening. We basically we are a design office based in London. We came to the UK about 10 years ago, and we studied in Royal College, and we got MA there. And after the graduation, we settled ourselves in this country, and we started to run our business in this country. So today we are showing our work kind of chronological way, and then maybe you can feel how we set up our business, how we grow up our business. And towards the end, more and more interior design or space designing type of job is included. So maybe more interesting for you too. Okay.
Thank you. This is a cover page. We come back to this work later. Yeah.
I was working for a Japanese manufacturer named NEC, which is a kind of, as you know, blue chip company. And I was employed as an in-house designer, and I designed quite a lot of computer products. This was the quite early model of video game console with CD-ROM drive, and it was 1992.
Mm-hmm. I studied my BA in Japan in environmental design course they call, which was a bit of architecture, a bit of interior design, and a bit of city planning things. I did a house for my degree show.
Yep.
And as Mr. Mustafa introduced you, we've done a performance, theater performance. We formed a performance group and had our show for a week in Edinburgh Festival Fringe in 1993.
Yeah, it was a collaboration with a group of students from Laban Center, because we went to a language school in Goldsmiths College before we went to the Royal College. At that time, we met the students from Laban Center. Then we formed a very small performance group. What was happening here is we used the overhead projector and try to project the image of water and try to control the image of water as a live image and try to overlay onto the live performance of a human being. And the kind of uncontrollable movement of controlled water's movement was very interesting. Sometimes it's more interesting than the human body, and also the quality of the visual image directly projected onto the screen was very crisp because of it is a purely optical image. So it was very interesting, and it was received very well
Yeah, we had a very good review on the performance, and if that was successful in business-wise, we don't come back to design field at all. We might be in this theater things for long.
But yeah, this experience brought us lots of hint to develop for the next 10 years in a sense, and maybe afterwards you can find a lot of kind of key point is started from this piece. After graduation of the Royal College, we started to run our business, but at the beginning we had a great difficulty to find a proper client to ask to develop some new products for them. So at that time we were just an anonymous new young designer, so nobody was trusting us. So what we had done was we created a series of furniture and a series of products and under our brand, and we controlled a small batch production, and we exhibited in several exhibitions like 100% design and or like a Sotheby's selling exhibition. Then we gradually getting our serious client more and more, and this is the first series of product which we developed. This is a paper mill which has got a funnel on the top. This is actually this product. Usually funnel top is very small, and top of the paper mill is very small. The people creating funnel with fingers, and it's never a success. So it is a really irritating moment, and we found that kind of daily problematic things, and we converted that into a kind of product. So the shape of the top is obviously it's a funnel shape. It is very easy to refill. Then how you grind is grinding like this. So yeah, if you have a look at. Yeah. On the process of the development of that funnel top paper mill, we found another problem on the paper mill, because usually there is a grinding mechanism on the bottom of a paper mill. So when you put it on the table, usually leaving a bit of mess on the table. So that is another irritating moment. So what we have done is we attached a dish on the bottom of the body of the paper mill. So all the mess is caught by the dish on the bottom. Then the grounded paper is coming out from this side slit. So this is another development of the paper mill. So then we started from the idea of dish. So we used the shape of the dish as a whole shape. Then the vertical object becoming more horizontal object. Then the whole shape changed. So this is another development.
Yeah.
And on the next development, when I was using the paper mill of the dish bottom paper mill, I just started to notice about I've changed the way of using the paper mill, because usually paper mill is using something like this, but the previous one, the dish bottom paper mill is grinding like this and shaking from the side. So I thought this is more or less a kind of a manner for the cooking tool, but the grinding and the shaking, we started providing the better manner for the table object. So we thought changing a bit of kind of interaction is an interesting point. So next development was this salt shaker. Yeah, basically there is again the funnel on the bottom and easy to refill, and not only that, but also we slightly changed the position of the hole from the top to the side. What it means is if you have got a hole on the top, you have to make it upside down and to shake it very aggressively. But this one has got a hole on the side. So if you tilt it, so it comes out very very gently, smoothly, so you don't have to make it upside down. It's inviting naturally a kind of a better manner. We thought design is not only about shape and material and the functionality, but also something else around the object. So we try to somehow grab the element around the object into the design. So in a sense, this time we were thinking about, at that time, together with the furniture, which maybe we are showing later on, we were really thinking about how to combine that kind of movement or interaction within the object. So this is the result of that one, that kind of idea. So next stage was, because that glass version was too expensive to produce, so next version was the ceramic version of that salt and pepper shaker. But after we changed the material from the transparent one to the opaque one, we started to really aware about the strong expression of this kind of graphical whole as a graphic. Started creating a very strong expression. So on the next stage, I used that on purposely as a kind of more like a facial expression. Yeah, this is this object, but without having any kind of dots on the head. It's just an abstract object. But if you pierce the two holes horizontally, your mental psychology starts to recognizing these two dots as a facial expression. If it's three, it's a complete kind of facial expression. It is a kind of boundary between the abstract object and the cartoonish facial expression. We just wanted to play with just around the boundary.
And at this moment, we thought about some kind of personal attachment between the user and the object as well. For this object, if you have a powdery pepper in it, then shake it. But you have a bit of mark of powder on the face of those snowmen, and then you feel like, you want to be clean up, and then you just clean it up because of the face. So that gives you a bit of warm personal attachment to the object. We were sort of aware of that type of things as well when we design objects. We also know the Aleshi products like very cartoonish, it has got a lot of character, but without using that kind of stronger kind of cartoonish character, we just wanted to know the boundary between the abstract shape and the kind of facial expression or cartoonish expression. So that was the kind of story of this kind of self-production object of these salt and pepper shakers. And finally, this object is selected for production by a German manufacturer named Authentics, and they are now available, and you can buy in Purves and Purves. Up here as well.
Just around the corner.
Okay, yes. At the same time of those self-production tableware, we carried furniture pieces as well. This one I designed for my MA at the Royal College as a degree piece. It opens up to a coffee table. Comes back. It's the beginning of the idea was very simple, that I wanted to combine storage and the table surface together. And many of the folding table are useless when it's folded. But I didn't want to keep some useless things in the space. So I wanted to use when it is folded as well. So this was the beginning of the idea. Started to play with match boxes. This was the final with structure boxes are in MDF and veneered, and legs and drawers are in solid wood. This was the early era in cardboard, one-to-one scaled sketch models, and it went to some ugly shape in the middle, and came back to this. I had tried to use, thank you, yes, rounded legs and square legs, and also to reduce the weight, some transparent plastic drawers as well, which didn't work quite well. And also to indicate your thumb, I tried some dimples on the material, but forget in the end. From this era, I started to talk with Shin about a lot about the concept, and then to decide to choose what's the best answer for the object. This is another object which I've done at the Royal College. A wooden bookshelf has two sets of screens on both sides. Screens are made of steel with cotton canvas, cotton screens on it. If you pull one wheel to there, it shows three identical facade of screen, and when you close everything, it will be like a column. So with this object, again, I was concerned about using some aspect rather than material or shape, but movement of a person around this object to a design. So because this is a screen, catches light and shadow. It projects light and shadow. If you have someone walk through behind of it, or if you have light from outside of the window changes the angles, then this picks those movements up. So it's obvious that we have a reference of Japanese wooden shoji screens as a background, but we wanted to sort of find out universal material and then transfer that element to a contemporary furniture.
Yep. And after we start to collaborating each other, and we analyze what we have done in the past and what we should do for the future, and we analyze that table equals chest. That is the product name, table chest, and we found a kind of a bit of a hint to develop for the next stage. And the point we found a small niche, which is a kind of a multifunctional furniture. But multifunctional furniture sometimes means a small table becoming a big table, or a low table becoming a high table. But what we found is there's lots of products like that. But what we found in the market, there isn't so much object like a chest becoming a table, or bench becoming a bed, or something like that. So after transaction, the identity of the object is completely changing. So that is the area we should push, we thought at that time. Then we pushed very hard for about 3-4 years. This is the second series of that line. This is the bench becoming bed. The outside shell is MDF, and the inside is a kind of mattress. So
yeah, we thought bench itself is already a multifunctional furniture, because you can sit on it, or if you have a tray between on the bench, you can do a tea small party, or you can take a nap on it. But we wanted to turn that into something else. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And next one is armchair becoming table.
Perhaps yes, we need 5 pictures to show exactly how it works. But
yeah.
Yes, it flips up.
There's a hinge here. There's a hinge here. Although this looks very minimalistic, actually the structure and also the mechanism is quite complicated, and it took quite a long time to simplify the structure.
Yeah, but what we were concentrating on was the movement, transaction movement. So we wanted to get rid of every fringe of that, of any sort of aspect within the design.
And together with that armchair table, we also presented this small stool stacking together and becoming a shelf. The idea of this is actually final stage of this series, and what we thought was not only about within the object, but also with using the set of this shelf and this armchair becoming table. When we were using with for the single use for yourself, maybe you need an armchair and a shelf. But when you have got your friend, then you can provide a 4 stool and 1 table. Then the meaning of the whole room is changing in a sense. Your sitting room to your dining room or something like that. You not only using the furniture in 2 purposes, but also using the room in two ways. That is the idea of this series. The previous one, the cabinet with screen was put into production by a company named La Palma in Italy. So the same company gave us a brief to develop something new. Then they asked us to develop clock. Then at that time we thought just making another shape of clock is not interesting, so do something. So that was our attitude at that time. Then what we tried was we tried to define the place to install a clock. Then we were looking for where is a good place to install a clock. We found the entrance area must be a good place because everybody checking time before leaving until once they come back. So also when we looked at the objects around the entrance area, we also found a small coat hanger or small shelf or something like that. So small elements are fragmented. So we thought, why not put 3 elements together? So this is the result. So actually this is 1 unit. This is a side view. So behind of this object, there's a coat hanging bar. And there's a small shelf on the top. So this is the result. And not only the version with the clock face, but also we presented the version without face to creating a more kind of continuity within the space.
As you've seen our works until now, we've always started to think about function first and then chose material to suit that function. But this time we wanted to start with material. We wanted to change a bit of method, designing method, and also we wanted to find out some reasonable material to carry our self-production easier. Then found one material which is mesh, prefabricated mesh for shopping trolleys and shopping baskets, and we found one small factory and then started to collaborate with them.
Yeah, although this kind of spot welding of this prefabricated mesh is a very, very basic technology and exists for 100 years. So although this is a quite old technology, once we created a chair-like shape like this and put in gradation paper and took a photo, it looks like computer graphics. And so we thought that is a very ironical and very interesting.
Yeah, for this piece, we kept the identity of shopping basket, so it has this shape, and each object could be stackable.
And this small stool getting into the inside of this chair.
Mm-hmm. Then started to explore the material. This is a low stool which you can stack them side by side to create shelf, like for magazines or towels. and
And
bench.
yeah, next stage was we found this mesh is beautiful because it's visual lightness. It occupies space, but it doesn't occupy the visual space. And also if you look at this is very solid, but this is quite more translucent. And also the mole effect, visual kind of mole effect is beautiful. So we try to think about how to present the beauty of the material and something functional with some functional way. So this was the result. We created a bench, and once it's upside down, it's becoming a kind of daybed. You can lie on this curvature.
Because of the material lightness, we could do this size, but you can just turn it over easily.
Then, in year 2000, we had an opportunity to do some kind of space installation for the first time by Crafts Council. At that time, the exhibition names titled was Tectonic, which the main issue about is thinking about the relationship between the craftsmanship and also the architectural space. So actually 3 craftspeople and designers are invited, and we are one of that. And our answer was try to using our wire mesh furniture and with using these kind of small strings. These are actually the bungee cord, which is very flexibly, created a tension top and bottom, and creating very straight line. And with using these bungee cord and wire mesh furniture, we try to blur the boundary between the space and object.
Because of the mesh furniture, the line of the bungee cord sometimes cuts across the furniture. So it's like furniture and the boundary of the space is integrated somehow. Then we created layers of lines. It's like 8 lines towards the end of the room, and also both side of the room walls are like light box effect, screens with fluorescent lamps, bottom and the top. They're like shining walls. Then
so because of the 8 layers of in one line, about 120 bungees are there. So once it's going deeper and deeper, the things are more difficult to see because of the light. Each bungees are illuminated from the side very strongly. Then we could create a kind of a misty effect, like the pier melting into a mist or something like that. Then also the mole effect of each lines are very strong. And sometimes when you're looking at, most of the time, when you're looking at this the room, your right eye and the left eye are cannot concentrate onto one point because of so many lines. So your right eye are looking at the frontal layer, and the right eye is looking at the other layer. So you actually cannot concentrate onto your focus. So it was creating a very optical illusion, very interesting way.
And we prepared 2 kinds of lights for this space. One is, as I said, the lighting wall.
Bright and very difficult to see.
And the other light is a point light at the very end, deep end of the room. And then 2 kinds of lights are automatically changed. So when the bulb is on and the walls are off, because of the only one bulb, the room is getting much darker, but you can see objects as a shadow and much clearer than when it was bright.
And the depth of the room is also, with a bright light, it was very difficult. But once we turn on the light on the bottom of the room, things are much easier to see through. So you could feel the depth of the room very clearly. And the objects are stand out as a shadow. This is a part of the installation.
We've played with lots of lines of bungee could be a part of furniture as well. You can lean on it. And then at the beginning, when people get into the room, people are afraid to touch these sharp lines. But we made a bench, a kind of set at the end of the room, which you can sit on. But then you start to recognize that all the lines are in bungee lines. Then you start to play with it. Then start to realize that all those movements reflect on shadow and then make a movement of shadow on the walls.
Yeah, actually, when somebody's coming across to this light and somebody touch it, and if it's moving, this shadow on the wall is becoming bigger and smaller or something like that.
Yeah, we have asked audience to take their shoes off, and some people refused to get in. But yeah, people who went into the room enjoyed it.
Yeah, from that exhibition, we started to receiving some kind of a space designing commission. So this is a part of that project.
This is a kind of translation of our liney space into a commercial space. It's it is a small corner within a big, large select shop, it's called. It is a CD sales corner with listening devices on. Lines are tensioned inside of cylindrical space, and then acrylic cases are hung on each line, and then maximum 5 CDs are contained inside.
And this is also another shelf for the CD.
Yeah, that space was in Kobe in Japan. And
this is the stand in 100% design in year 2000. We are also commissioned by a company named King, which is an office furniture manufacturer in the UK. The company was just established at that time, so the company owner said they don't have any enough qualified prototype yet at that time, but they wanted to say hello to audience because they just established their company. And because this company was trying to promote really high quality furniture, they want, if they are not satisfied with the quality of the furniture, they didn't want to show that. But at the same time, the company owner wanted to create a very creative atmosphere. The company owner used to be a chairman of the Vitra UK. So in a sense, he was very influenced by that Vitra's attitude. So then we are asked to do some kind of installation with using their furniture, but not showing their furniture, some kind of creative image, some kind of young, energetic atmosphere. And the company owner said, maybe we can show some kind of visual image of the furniture, which they are now developing, but not more than that. But when we had a first briefing day, we thought showing your furniture in a recorded media like video or the slide is a bit too rigid, in a sense, very cold, because the furniture has got a kind of physical existence. So we thought if we are showing some kind of visual image, the visual image should have some kind of visual, kind of more physical existence. So as a method, we have chosen the zoetrope, which is about 150 years old technology from this country, actually. And we also made an interactive equipment here. Once she pedaled, the old zoetrope started to spinning. So
you can see
kind of,
moving image.
man-powered zoetrope.
So when that person stopped pedaling, you stop seeing the illustration. So you have to encourage that person if you want to see the animation.
So we imagined the kind of the inventor of the movie, Lumiere, didn't invent that movie style. Then if the zoetrope is they're improved in some different way, that can be happen. That kind of thing is kind of illusion of imagination of ourselves.
Sorry.
Yeah. This is a bar stool. In a sense, this is our best-selling piece amongst our other work which we are showing. And this is also the same company as the cabinet with screen and the clock, coat hanger clock. We are asked to develop a bar stool. That's it. So we made a bit of research about bar stool, and they said maybe the height adjustable or maybe stackable. And we did a bit of research on that, and we found quite a lot of bar stool doesn't provide enough comfortability, or visually it's just sticking onto the stereotype shape of a bar stool, or smaller. It's just a high chair version of a low chair or something like that. So we found this area is not really explored so far. So what we did is just to try to make, as a first task, we have to make it comfortable to sit on. Then from our analysis, what we found is the distance between footrest and the seat. This is the main issue of the comfortability for the user. So we just define these two positions based on the ergonomic data. Then we start to think about how to make it very obvious. Here and here is connected together. So then we came up with the idea of connecting these two elements together with one frame. So then, this design was born. This is another commercial piece from a company from Germany, and this company is good at some kind of flexible furniture somehow. Then they contacted us to develop furniture, upholstery furniture with some kind of mechanical movement. This furniture has got a central axis on the bottom, so whole body is rotating like this. And there is a very big arm on both sides. So once you rotate it, you can rest your back on one side of the arm, and you can use one side of the arm as a small table.
Do we have one more picture?
I don't know. Could you? Yeah. Because we found in an airport, like an airport lounge, lots of business people using mobile phone or PDS or electronic equipment. Everybody's working in everywhere. Potentially, everywhere could be a potential office. So, but to compare with the development of the electronic equipment, we thought the furniture is not developed so far along with that way. So this is our answer for that kind of research. So we thought originally we thought the place this equipment, this furniture is installed could be an airport lounge or something like that. This is an installation of a street lamp in Japan. Yes, this is illuminated. Yeah. The shape from the at the glance, looks like a kind of retro futuristic rocket, but the city is quite famous for fish industry, so we use the shape of fish. It's very simple, but until you are told this is a fish, it looks like a rocket. So it's a kind of thin boundary between that kind of shape.
Yeah, we thought if we use this fish shape, then they survive from the vandalism because the fish industry is too important to the people who's living around here, so people don't kick or hit this.
Yeah. At the same time, yeah, we had to, thought about, we had to think about the environment around, because there is a few street lamp on along this road. So the star in the night, the starry sky is beautiful, and also the fishing lamp light on the sea is very beautiful. So we shouldn't bother the lighting, yes, starry light.
So we had to have the down lights somewhere like heights of 120.
And also this area is quite a snowy area. So once the snow on the road is get rid of the about a meter of mountain of snow is gonna be appearing. So we have to create a bit of clearance. This is a kind of height of 1 meter. So this 1.10 m is existing on here. So this is the kind of maximum lowest position we could install the light.
And this was our first experience to work with local manufacturers of casting aluminium, which was very good experience for
And
us.
also this area was very famous for the traditional Japanese poet who left lots of poems about 1200 years ago. So this city was trying to promoting these things for their touristic point of view. So we somehow try to recall the image of a Japanese traditional lantern with using the 4 structures around the void space. Usually, paper lantern or some kind of traditional lantern has got 4 structures, and the void space is inside and standing on. So yeah, we borrow that kind of structure with using this fish shape. Yeah, this is launched last year by a company named Hitchmedias, which is a British upholstery manufacturer. What they asked us was try to create a design which is sellable for serious contract market as well as a domestic market. Covering these areas a bit conflicting each other sometimes, because the domestic market people like to have some kind of interesting thing, but for the contract market, everybody is try to make architects, interior designer try to get a very quiet, modest design. So our answer was once it's linked together, it is a very simple object, or simple set of furniture. But once it's detached, so it is almost floating with one leg. So it's creating a kind of sculptural quality within the object. And also the kind of asymmetry of the object was very interesting for us. Yeah. This is a chevron which we created for a Japanese market. And yeah, from the front position, the angle of this one is a usual chair angle. And from this angle, this is actually when you're sitting in front, this could be a coffee table or something. And this once you lie on this way, this is a footrest, and this could be just for your head and back. And so, in order to, also we define the angle of this back and back, and try to disassemble the all positioning, and we sliced and put together with the other strata. And these small gaps between the paddings are the space for your magazines or for your remote controller or something which you use for your daily life.
To reduce sort of visual bulkiness, we wanted to show, these stripes are sort of see-through, which you can see the light comes through of those stripes, which reduces chunky, bulky image of sofa or chaiselong. That was another thing which we wanted to introduce. Yeah, a bit of
Yeah.
daily object.
Yeah, this is produced by Guzzini. We launched this product last this February.
February, yeah.
Yeah. So this is basically a kind of modular kind of stacking object.
You can
and
stack up. a
provide
lot.
this kind of lots of space for serving something.
A food storage jar, which you can stack them up using the lid and bottom patterns matched together.
Yeah, this
So
bottom and top is together.
stably stacking on. And it's what large image. It's a lid and ladle rest on your kitchen surface. Or you can use it on your desk for your mobile phone rest or your paper.
Desk tidy.
Yeah, desk tidy type of things.
Yeah, this is a series of last picture. We just completed our installation, lighting installation in Japan, in Osaka. Which is our client was a restaurant. Already the design of the restaurant was there, but what we were asked was to install a kind of chandelier or lighting equipment along with the corridor, which is about 25 meters. And there was a possibility of installing also the partition. And our proposal was because this building was quite a brand new building, and we thought everything which they already designed was very synthetic, and the theme of this restaurant was about the organic food. So we thought maybe it's a good idea to creating a more organic atmosphere into the restaurant, and also instead of creating a gorgeous chandelier, we also looked at more the effect of lighting. Then we try to emphasize the shadow onto the floor, and we also connected the ceiling cover as with branch and dropping down as a partition, and try to create a continuity with the ceiling and the partition. Actually, we used natural branches of Japanese oak and tied up with lots of metal strings, then created more kind of natural kind of fragmented pattern.
Yeah. It was a bit of hassle to make everything fire retardant, but it was okay. Okay, so this
is a
the
final image.
image. So that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions?
So maybe there are some questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
We did, yes.
how to make it the fireproof was the. Do you know the
You had
glue,
to.
wooden glue for wood, the kind of white material, white kind of, how do you call it? Wood glue.
Medium, yes. Glue for. How do you call? Yes, white medium.
Glue, and for your woodworking, you actually make it slightly thinner and put it on. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, coated
everything
with.
was coated. Yeah. So then it could be stronger and also fire retardant as well. So
Yeah.
the fire regulator did a test and it was okay.
Yeah. Also, especially for that kind of wood, once it's becoming older, the surface is peeled off naturally. But that the glue make it rigid and much stronger structurally.
Any questions? Any other questions?
I didn't really catch because you said that piece of performance, the projecting water,
Yeah.
was quite influenced for your work 10 years after that.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the traces of it.
Right. For example, the screen with wooden cabinet. That one was sort of idea of screen, which screen was the main part of the performance we've done. So it was like a projection of live images on the screen. So we looked at that sort of shadowy things from the behind, and then.
And also because through that performance we had an experience of quick change, because our time slot for the Edinburgh Festival Fringe was just 2 hours. We have to get in the customers, the audience, and we have to run the performance in 1 hour, and we have to take out everything in very short time. So for example, the bungee cord, installation, we made also the quick change of the whole image with just one lighting change. That kind of theatrical kind of quality within our imagination is very interesting. Also, for example, the bicycle kind of zoetrope, the installation, the bicycle performing part is the strongest part. If there is not connection between the bicycle riding and the zoetrope. If the only zoetrope is spinning, it is also very cold. But once we put the existence of a human being lively operating it, there is a stronger kind of existent force as a live phenomena. That is also very interesting thing. Not only but that kind of installational job, but also these kind of these things. This is also performance. For us, it is a kind of performing art. We are trying to drive the people's attitude, daily attitude, into some certain way.
Yeah,
it's very little, but it is very interesting aspect.
Also, we don't want the people to wait for the change. So, for example, the furniture transformation, we didn't want to make lots of hooks or hassle to show. We want to do it in really smooth and quick way. So that was really connected to our performance piece.
I'm wondering what's the role of the client in some way in your projects, because in these first ones where you talk about this performance, if I'm right, there doesn't seem to be a client. You look at certain objects and then maybe with the salt and pepper shaker you find the client afterwards. Mm-hmm. So, but now when you're working with bigger companies and you have to produce things for the sort of mass market, is that affecting the way that you're designing?
I think so, yes. Yeah. We want to always do some collaborative work with our clients to push their sort of, boundaries a bit further.
Yeah.
So we
and
want
you don't
to
think that they are trying to push your boundaries also? Or?
Yeah, sometimes we feel.
Yes,
but we are, as a professional designer, we have to have a capability to make a good balance between their requirement and what we want to do together. We thought that is a kind of professional, as a professional designer attitude, we have to keep a balance. If we just follow their requirement only, maybe we will lose our name. But at the same time, somehow we have to push our things and try to keep a balance. So that is a very difficult balance, but we always try to do something.
It's a challenge, but these days we can find some hint through the technology as well, which we couldn't use in our self-production pieces, which is sort of new for us. Yeah, there are new hints.
Like what? Can you give us an example of how technology?
Yes,
like specifically, though, what sort of technology?
Like casting technology and also plastic technology.
High quality plastic
or kind of these days we are using quite a lot of solid drilling CAD system. That kind of thing is also start to emphasize, influencing onto our thought. So that is a very interesting thing.
Anybody else? No more questions?
How did you go about getting the commission for theatre performance?
Theatre performance. If we have a good chance, we really want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you go about getting that commission? Did you approach the Edinburgh Festival?
When we did that, there was a fringe, so we made a performance group.
We brought it by ourselves.
Yeah, we brought it. Yes, we just applied for it, and then got the venue. So if we have a chance, but that's a big collaboration. We had a team of 12 people, including like lighting technicians and of course dancers, choreographers. So that, yeah, if we do now, we don't know how to, but yeah, it's a big dream.
Always we are looking for some kind of the opportunity to collaborate with some artist or performer or some people who we respect.
And maybe one last thing. I know that you've also been collaborating with different architects. How is that working when you're jumping from the scale of, let's say, objects? Now even with the restaurant, it becomes more this sort of installations.
Yeah.
But how does your collaboration with architects work? You didn't show any examples of.
We don't have good
yeah.
pictures, unfortunately. We did one furniture for Eric Perry, an architect, for Mandarin Oriental Spa in Knightsbridge.
Yeah, it's very difficult to explain, but that project was already, the environment was already defined by the architect named Eric Perry, and his idea was try to create an Oriental style kind of a gorgeous spa. But the Mandarin Oriental hotels clients are like Pavarotti or Madonna, or that kind of real first-class people who has got already the kind of luxurious way of life. So what they said to us was, please think about the furniture for the spa. Yeah, but you don't have to think about the limitation of the budget. Then, but we have to think about the life.
We had to think about real
richness.
Without like diamonds or golds or things like that. We wanted to provide something welcoming, hospitality, and richness.
And also the another hard task for that project for us was because they defined the style of the spa is Oriental taste. Because as you see it within our presentation, we try to get rid of the kind of taste of Orientalism.
We sort of, consciously avoid
to walk
because
around
that's
it. Sometimes driving us into more kind of kitsch area, the reproduction of Japanese existing things. So when we try to doing something Japanese stuff, we try to becoming very, very careful.
So for that project with Eric, we did research not only for Japanese influences, but also looking at Indian or other Asian references as well, and that we made a sort of Oriental atmosphere.
Yeah, we gave them two ideas. One is using the cane for the material of the furniture, because the cane is Oriental, it has got an Oriental reference. But it is functionally suitable for the spa environment because it's humid and quite high temperature, because just is beside of the swimming pool and the bathtub area. And also the another functionality which we picked up from the Oriental furniture is a kind of a platform idea, which is sometimes Japanese furniture in Japan, the platform, wooden platform is used for the seat or table or some multi-purpose furniture. We pick up that element and brought it into furniture, and more kind of westernized furniture.
Sorry that we don't have any picture, but those how to say, existed space or existed idea and environment gave us sort of a kind of freedom to play with. That's one thing we started to realize with working with architects. Like the last thing, we provided organic screens with twiggies, which that was a sort of our answer to the existing environment. So that was another way to think about a design, which is quite enjoyable as well.
Originally, before the twiggy screens installed, their original kind of the perspective picture, they set a kind of chandelier along with that corridor, but we thought we tried to do something more than they expected.
So yeah, our clients at that time didn't expect to have anything like that. They just wanted to have
Object.
3 or 4 pieces of chandeliers, but we twisted that sort of brief, which is always our challenge.
Pete, maybe you'll ask a question.
Question about the construction of the bar stool.
Yep.
Is it flat steel?
It is a tube.
How many pieces?
That's a
One-
rectangular tube. Only one.
It was at the beginning. One craftsman was bending from the corner to corner, one by one.
Couldn't join the ends.
Yeah. So the company bought a kind of CNC computer operating bending machine and adjusted very well.
So-
and now they're producing with one tube. Yeah. I think because of the Italian technology, it could be achieved.
Yeah, they're very enthusiastic to
Often we
do
try
a
to
design.
present that kind of a rectangular tube bending idea for
Any other people.
clients, but most of the client doesn't like it. It is very difficult to handle.
Well, thank you, Shin. Thank you, Tomoko.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.